Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're traveling back in time, over 2,500 years, to meet a guy named Confucius. Now I know what you're thinking, ancient philosophy, isn't that like the opposite of space exploration? But trust me on this one. Confucius was a Chinese philosopher and teacher who was all about understanding the universe. Not the one with stars and galaxies, but the one inside each of us. He thought a lot about how people should live, treat each other, and lead society. Kind of like trying to figure out the fundamental laws of human nature, right? And get this, his ideas became the foundation of Confucianism, which is still hugely influential in China and around the world. So buckle up, because we're about to explore some timeless wisdom that might just blow your mind and maybe even help you live a better life. Let's dive in. Now, Confucius was really big on family. Really big on family. He believed in something called filial piety, which sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. It means honoring and respecting your parents and elders. Think of it like this. They were here first, they've lived longer, they've seen some things, they've learned from their mistakes. They're like walking, talking history books, but way more interesting. And you know what? There's a lot of wisdom in that. We've all been teenagers, right? We thought we knew everything, but as you get older, you realize your parents weren't always wrong. Don't tell my mom I said that. Confucius believed that this respect within families was like the foundation of a strong society. It's about understanding where you come from, valuing the experience of those who came before you, and keeping those family bonds strong. Okay, here's one that's practically universal, the golden rule. Confucius basically said, treat others the way you want to be treated. Simple, right? But think about how often we forget this. We get caught up in our own lives, our own problems, and we forget that everyone else is dealing with their own stuff too. But imagine if we all actually lived by this rule. What if every interaction, online or in person, was based on kindness and respect? What if instead of trying to get ahead at someone else's expense, we actually helped each other out? Confucius believed that this kind of mutual respect was the key to a harmonious society, and he might have been onto something. Chapter 3, Lead by Example. So let's talk about leadership. We see a lot of so-called leaders in the world, but Confucius had a very specific idea about what makes a truly great one. He said a good leader doesn't just bark orders, they inspire by example. They don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. Think about the people you admire most, the ones who inspire you. Chances are they're not the ones who are always telling everyone else what to do. They're the ones who lead with integrity, who have strong values, and who live those values every single day. Confucius believed that this kind of moral leadership was the only way to earn true respect and loyalty. And let's be honest, wouldn't the world be a better place if more leaders followed his advice? Chapter 4, Never Stop Learning. Now, Confucius was a big believer in education, but for him, education wasn't just about memorizing facts or passing exams. It was about something much bigger. It was about becoming a better person. He saw learning as a lifelong journey, a way to cultivate virtue, wisdom, and a deeper understanding of the world and ourselves. And you know what? He was way ahead of his time on this one. In today's fast-paced world where things are changing constantly, the ability to learn and adapt is more important than ever. It's not just about what you know, it's about your willingness to keep learning, growing, and evolving. Chapter 5, Finding Your Place. Confucius also had this idea that everyone has a role to play in society. Think of it like a giant cosmic puzzle. Each of us is a piece, and we all fit together in our own unique way. He believed that when people understand and respect their place in the grand scheme of things, harmony naturally follows. Now, this doesn't mean you're stuck in one role forever. It's about understanding your responsibilities, your strengths, and using them to contribute to the greater good. It's about finding meaning and purpose in whatever you do, whether you're a student, a teacher, a scientist, an artist, or anything in between. Outro Confucius still relevant after all these years. So we've covered a lot of ground today, from family to leadership to the importance of lifelong learning. But why does any of this matter in the 21st century? Well, I think Confucius still has a lot to teach us. Family respect. In a world where family ties can get strained, Confucius reminds us to care for and listen to those who raised us. Character counts. Integrity, kindness, and honesty never go out of style, especially online. Leadership lessons. In school, at work, or in the world, leaders who act with values inspire more than those who just boss people around. Learning mindset. Confucius promoted lifelong learning way before it was a trend. The world keeps changing, so should you. And remember his words, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Still hits, right?